What are some most compelling examples you have found and described in the book?
Yes. Well, I was very interested in the California gold mine discoveries. Of course, I'm looking at the complete history of archaeology. So some of the cases are from the earlier history of archaeology and some from the later history, which I'll also give some examples of. So in the 19th century, gold was discovered in California in the United States. And miners came from all over the world, really, to get the gold. They were digging tunnels into the sides of mountains in central California, the Sierra Nevada mountains. And deep inside the tunnels, the miners were finding human bones and human artifacts embedded in solid rock. And according to modern geologists, these layers of rock are 50 million years old. So this evidence came to the attention of the chief government geologist of California, a man named Dr. Whitney. And he published a scientific report about them. But other scientists said these discoveries can't possibly be true because they contradict the theory of evolution, which had been introduced by Charles Darwin around that time. So one of the scientists said he should have known better. He should have known it's not possible that humans did so far in the past. So the discoveries were forgotten, ignored. But the artifacts are still there in the Museum of Anthropology at the University of California at Berkeley. They're not displayed to the public, but I've gotten permission from the museum director's storage building a few miles from the museum itself, but they are still there. And I've been into the Sierra Nevada mountains, and I've personally seen some of the old gold mining tunnels where these objects were originally discovered. So that's a case from the earlier history of archaeology. In recent times, more recent times in the 20th century and the 21st century, discoveries like this continue to be made, but they are interpreted in such a way that they fit the modern theories. For example, Mary Leakey and other scientists in the late 20th century discovered footprints at a place called Laetoli in the country of Tanzania in East Africa. So they carefully studied the footprints. They determined they were exactly like modern human footprints, but they were found in layers of solidified volcanic ash, 3,700,000 years old. So they
Wow.
thought these can't be human footprints. They must belong to some kind of ape man, Australopithecus, they're called. So they said, well, there must have been some kind of Australopithecus that had feet just like modern human feet. But, scientists have discovered the foot bones of Australopithecus, and the foot is not like a modern human foot. It is like kind of like the foot of a chimpanzee with a first toe that goes out to the side like a human thumb and long toes, sort of like human fingers. So The only creature known to science today that has a foot exactly like a modern human foot is a human being like us. So I think that's the real explanation for those footprints. Now, today, most scientists think that human beings like us came into existence less than 300,000 years ago. So to have humans like us existing 50 million years ago, as indicated by the California gold mine discoveries, or almost 4 million years ago, as indicated by the Laetoli footprints, would be quite amazing. Now, if there are only one or two of these cases, maybe you could overlook them and say the overwhelming mass of evidence supports our current view. But we're not talking about just one or two cases. We're talking about hundreds of cases like this.
Wow, that's really amazing. So basically, through your evidence, there's this idea that humans coexisted with Neanderthals, with, I don't know, dinosaurs. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, I think when we look at all of the evidence, not just what we see in today's books, but today's textbooks, but if we look at all of the available evidence, the pattern that emerges is not one of evolution with primitive apes and monkeys turning into hominids, turning into humans. Rather, these different types of beings, apes and monkeys, human beings, and intermediates, have always coexisted with each other. And they may be coexisting even today. There are many scientists who have discovered evidence that some of these ape men may still be existing today. In North America, they're called Bigfoot. In Central Asia, they're called Almas. There are different names for these creatures. So, and it's kind of interesting in the Vedic histories like Ramayana and the Bhagavad Purana or Srimad Bhagavatam, beings with ape-like bodies and human-like intelligence are mentioned. They were called Vanaras, which means forest beings. So we may have coexisted with these types of intermediate beings, half human, half ape, not just in the ancient past, but even today.